interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Profits of IT. Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to generate new clients or partners without cold calling, ad spend, or spamming, be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com. I am very excited today to have Lane with me, Lane Smith. He is a veteran of the industry. He's been an MSP. He's been an evil vendor too. He's been in the industry about 25 years. He was an MSP before MSP was actually a term. Lane, please say hi to the audience and tell us a quick bit about what you're currently doing.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me, Jim. So currently I'm with, I'm running a company called Digital Maturity Advisors. And basically we help advisors in the SMB community. So that's you, MSPs, IT providers, deliver digital transformation services to your clients.
Cool. And what's something interesting about yourself outside of work?
So I own a brewery. Yeah.
So what's the secret to making yummy beer?
It's all chemistry, right? So figure out what you love and well, you can obviously go to school. I went to school for it, but I guess the secret is just that passion of, creating something that other folks are going to really enjoy, right?
That makes sense. So I guess that was kind of business, but moving to your back to your main business now.
Yeah.
And business in general, what would you say are keys to your success, and how can others learn from those keys to be more successful themselves?
I would say probably the biggest key to my success is really, stepping back. So I've owned my own businesses since the 90s. I started Do IT Smarter in 99. And, we started that business as an MSP because we saw this need, even though there was no such thing as MSP, right? But we saw this need for outsourced support in the SMB space, and then continued, so our very first hire was a help desk person. And our very first customer was a, managed services recurring revenue customer that we closed within our first 3-4 months of business, right? So part of what put us there was seeing what was broken in the industry we were in and making a decision to change and do something different. And, we did that, 5 years later when we recognized the need for managed services or, to help break fix guys become MSPs. And so we started a channel program, and we're competing with, like Zenith Infotech and 𝐂𝐵 and offering 24/7 knock and help desk services. And so, keeping ahead of that curve is kind of what's got me to where we're at today. And really why I'm doing what I'm doing today is because, the MSP market right now is, it's saturated with MSPs for one thing. And, everybody looks the same. Everybody keeps adding more security services and keeps, hurtling towards commoditization. And so that's a challenge right now in the space. So I think that MSPs tend to focus really on the technology, and they're very good at it, and forget the fact that they're in a great seat with those customers. We've heard that term trusted advisor so many times, right? But the reality is when small business owners go to their trusted advisor, their IT guy, and say, hey, I need we need to do something different with our our marketing, as an example.
Mm-hmm.
The IT guys say, whoa, I don't know anything about that, but you guys pick a software and we'll help set up the server for you, and we'll make sure it stays running. But the problem with that is, one, business owners have heard that so many times that they're no longer going to the IT guys. In fact, the IT guys are the last people to help hurry or to, yeah, what am I trying to say? The
The
last
last
people
people
are
to
the
find out
first
about it.
people to find out about it, right? And so, if you're never, sitting at that table with the CEO and you're just an afterthought, then, what kind of business are you running, right? I mean, you have to ask yourself is, yes, I'm providing value to that customer, but does the customer see the value? And if they don't, you're in a very dangerous position for your company, right? So how can the MSP space get out of that role and become more strategic to their clients? And I think the answer today now is, yes, keep doing what you're doing, but don't think that continuing to add, more technology is going to differentiate you and increase your bottom line, right? You've got to do something different in this space right now. And we're seeing it happen already. We're seeing a lot of different types of businesses starting to poach business from MSPs, and they're not coming from other MSPs, right? They're HubSpot integrators, or they're Salesforce experts, or marketing experts, or even business folks, right? You can have
The QuickBooks
well, we
advisors.
see that. Yeah, exactly. You see that with the accounting companies, right? The accounting companies, the CPAs, they figured it out. Hey, we're talking to tons of customers all the time. They also need technology. Let's hire a couple IT people, right? That's where small business consulting and advising is going, right? Where you can be everything to that small business owner. It doesn't mean you need to be an expert on everything, but you want to be sitting at the table when they're making decisions. And I think that's where the MSP space is struggling right now.
So any tips on how one can improve in this if they're struggling
Well,
with what we're talking about here?
yeah. I mean, I think the first tip is to, understand what, I guess get out of your own way, right? And I hear this so many times with IT folks. It's like, hey, look, we know technology, we don't know business. Like, well, you're running a business, so yeah, you do know business. You may not
Right.
know how to run a coffee shop, but you do understand business enough to have credibility with that coffee shop owner, right? And if you can, kind of get out of your way and say, look, okay, good, I'm a smart person, I specialize in technology, but I can also probably be a great sounding board for, the CEO of this small company, because I can start to help them tie what they need to do in business to how technology can help, right? And that's where we're at right now in this world, right? We're at this age of, digital transformation where everything's going digital, right? We're looking at this chat GPT stuff, right? How
Right.
many industries do you think are going to be decimated eventually by the AI, right? Think about
It's,
all the efforts that the technicians go through to, support, server environments and networking environments.
and now AI is gonna affect that in the future.
Right. You deploy your agents or whatever you do out there, and you no longer need that knock because you've got AI managing it. That's where the MSP market's heading. So margins are going to get slimmer. You've got to get out of that business, Um,
So
so
what else
step
can
one,
MSPs do to, I
right,
guess long term we're talking about they're gonna have to change.
right,
Otherwise they're
right.
gonna not gonna be able to support themselves anymore with the as the revenues shrink, or they lose their clients because these things that we're talking about here take them from them. So
Right.
what's like
Exactly.
steps that they can take now to prepare for this?
Well, like I said, step one is recognize that you can do it, right? You can be something different than, what you are now. You weren't a business owner before you started this business, right? So there's one. Number two is understand where you want to be in 10 years. Do you want to sell your company in 10 years? Do you want to keep running it in 10 years or so? And then start to look and say, okay, well, if I want to sell it, how is it going to be more valuable and continue to remain valuable in 10 years? What steps do I need to take? Right. Now, the second thing would be is if you want to keep it, and you see a lot of folks, they have this idea of building a business and then, kind of stepping back and letting folks run that business. I think that's great. It happens sometimes, but usually not, and if you're still stuck in the daily grind, you're never going to get out of that. So once again, step back, start to figure out how you can work yourself out of a job, and start to figure out how you can start to add more value to your clients, right? Which kind of one of the things that we do in the MSP space is we're there for our customers all the time, right? We offer free advice to them all the time, right? Free high level VCIO level advice we're giving to our customers all the time.
Yes.
And 9 out of 10 times, what are we doing? We're giving it away for free, right? So that would be, I guess my final recommendation would be look at what you do in a day and figure out how much time should be billable, and figure out how you can shift the conversation with your clients to start getting those high value billable hours in. I mean, a lot of my current customers right now are billing $400 or $500 an hour. And,
Wow.
Yeah, right. MSPs are like, well, we're still at 175 an hour. I was billing 175 an hour as an engineer in 1995, right? But we're still billing it there because we undervalue what we're doing. And unfortunately, we've created this the system with the small businesses that undervalue it as well, right? So stop doing that. Start having those conversations with your clients and start increasing your value proposition.
Got it. Any final thoughts before we wrap up here?
Yeah, I just say, there's a great time. There's lots of opportunities still as an MSP. You're not going away anytime soon, obviously, but now's the time to start looking. What are we going to be when we grow up, right? What are we going to be in the future? That's my number one advice, I would say. So,
and if somebody wanted to reach out to you, I guess who would be good to reach out to you, and why should they reach out to you?
So anybody in the IT space that's whether you're running an MSP or a MSSP or whatever it might be, reach out. We can help you figure out how to make that transition to becoming a more trusted advisor. Help you figure out how to start charging more money for your clients and become more valuable. That's what we do here at Digital Maturity Advisors, is really help you change your business. Doesn't mean you get rid of your managed services business, but you add a whole new, revenue stream and a whole new way of going about working with your clients.
Cool. And what would be a good way to contact you?
Best thing is just Lane at digitalmaturityadvisors.com. Shoot me an email, and we'll talk.
Lane at digitalmaturityadvisors.com, and we'll also have information in the show notes. Well, Lane, thank you for your time here today and sharing so freely. It's been wonderful having you on.
Okay. Thanks, Tim.
And until next time on the Prophets of IT, I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. Be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com.
Thank you for tuning in to the Prophets of IT. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share.